Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another virtual Sunday service from Unity on the River. I am Reverend Ogun Holder, Senior Minister, and glad that you've chosen to spend this time with us this morning. If you're watching at our usual Sunday time of this, what's the day, the 23rd, I think, at 10 a.m., or you are watching at some other time later, thank you for choosing to connect with us, and in so doing, connect with hundreds of others in the spiritual community and literally around the world who view our service. Let us begin with a centering prayer. So I invite you to gently close the eyes, take a deep breath, and ground yourself in this moment, whichever moment, wherever moment you are. Allow the things that have passed to fall away. Allow any worries, anxieties, thoughts, anticipations of the future to be just that, in the future. Come to this now moment where as you watch this service, you are grounded in the heart. You're connected with others. You are a member of a spiritual community. And in so doing, you allow the divine to be made present, to be made known, to be made felt. You are bringing light and love to the world. You are creating a world that works for all. First within yourselves and energetically sending that out to the world. We are here to be the divine, to be the Christ, to be love, to be light, to be all that is good. And at this time, we remember that and we celebrate that in word and in song. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen and amen. Speaking of in song, we have Meg Rain, our music director. We've got Brian and Keith, the boys in the shed. And I'm going to turn it over to Brian and Keith right now. Peace like a river.
I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got peace like a river, everybody out there, all together. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. One more. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul.
Thank you, Brian and Keith. Thank you, thank you. As always, you raise our vibration, peace like a river. And now we're going to do a song. It starts with aho, and aho I just found out in some Native American tongues means thank you. Every prayer is a thank you. I am the one I am waiting for. Aho, 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 aho. I am the one I am waiting for. Yes, I am. Aho. I am the one I am waiting for. Yes, I am. Aho. protected and so strong. In spirit, I am join me. I hope I am the one I am waiting for. Yes, I am. I hope I am the one I am waiting for. Yes, I am. I hope I am the one. I am the son and the daughter of the Queen's kingdom. I am the one. I am the daughter and the son of the King's kingdom. I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope.
Indeed, we are the ones we have been waiting for. Let us center ourselves even deeper into that truth, that certainty, that the divine expression, the fullness and the goodness of the universe that we keep seeking to see outside of ourselves begins as ourselves. We are what we've been waiting for and who we've been waiting for. So let us take that into a time of meditation. Let's ground ourselves wherever you are right now. I invite you to find that comfortable sit-in or even lie-in position. Just gently close the eyes and focus on the breath as Meg takes us in with our thoughts, our prayers.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Consider what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a place of peacefulness, and know that God is always there, and every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Consider what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a place of peacefulness, and know that God is always there, and every thought becomes a prayer.
So let us continue to center in, to breathe, to follow the breath, to relax the body. With every out breath, allow the body to become more relaxed, more still. Let your attention follow the breath. Notice the points of stillness between the inflow and the outflow. Breathe effortlessly. And should you become distracted by a sound, a thought, simply notice it without judgment and return to the breath. Breathe. And affirm, I am divine strength. I am divine strength. Divine strength is my spiritual name and nature. I am strong, stable, and steadfast in body, mind, and spirit. I am divine strength. During times of instability, I am centered in truth, rooted in God. I claim strength within the very cells of my body, throughout every dimension of my being. I am stable, courageous, tenacious, with limitless power to stay strong in all circumstances. Divine strength is my spiritual name and nature. So as we rest in the silence for a few moments, let us each affirm, I am divine strength. I am divine strength. We hold this for ourselves and for all others in our lives who may be struggling, who may be seeking help, who may be rooted in despair and uncertainty. Bring them to mind now. Even say their names out loud. See them, hold them in the truth that they are, that each and every one of us is. Divine strength. Because each and every one of us is divine. All that God is, we are. It is who we are here to be. All of God. So let us anchor this truth with the song by Meg, Who I Was Born to Be.
When I was a child, I could see the wind in the trees, and I heard a song in the breeze. It was there singing out my name. But I'm not a girl. I have known the taste of defeat, and I've finally grown to believe it will all come around again. And though I may not know the answers, I can finally say I'm free. And if the questions let me hear, then I am who I was born to be. And so here am I, open arms and ready to stand. I've got the world in my hands, and it feels that it's my turn to fly. And though I may not know the answers, I can finally say I'm free. And if the questions let me hear, then I am who I was born to be. When I was a child, there were flowers that bloomed in the night, unafraid to take in the light, unashamed to have braved the dark. And though I may not know the answers, I can finally say I'm free. And if the questions let me hear, then I am who I was born to be. I am who I was born to be.
Thank you, Meg. That was beautiful and perfect sound to go along with our talk today. We are continuing our movie series, and this week's movie is called Nobody Knows I'm Here. As always, these movies are all available on Netflix, and this one was new for me as well. It just came out this year, but I thought it was very powerful, and in many ways, similar to last week's movie of 1,000 Words. As always, I'm going to give spoilers. So if you don't like spoilers and you've not seen the movie, feel free to pause this talk and go watch the movie and then come back to it. But in our story, we find our main character, Memo, living on this sheep farm with his uncle. It's out on some remote island off the coast of Chile or near Chile, somewhere over there. And through flashbacks, we learn that Memo was a very talented child singer, but he didn't have the look. He was an overweight kid, and in the movie, he's an overweight adult. So what they did was they took his voice, basically, and found a more telegenic boy who lip sync over Memo's voice. And needless to say, this was traumatic for Memo, and he at one point snaps and injures the other kid in a fit of anger, and because of this, he runs away, he escapes the world, and he lives in isolation. And even though he's in isolation, he still fantasizes about the life that could have been as a music star. He sews these beautiful capes, and every once in a while he is dancing through the house and singing in his head, and he sort of is in this immersive fantasy life, if you will. And the movie starts, and his life starts to unravel when a young woman befriends him, and she gradually, I believe, falls in love with him, but she films him singing and puts it up on YouTube, and then, well, it all unravels. What's interesting is when at the beginning of the movie, we see this music director talking to his dad saying, this is quite common in the music industry. And it made me remember, guys, remember Milli Vanilli? Yeah, let's not forget those guys. That was not that long ago, still happening. But basically, Memo's talent was exploited by this system that valued looks even more than talent, and by his father as well. Which, by the way, quick side note, that's why one of my favorite talent reality shows on TV has always been The Voice. Because in The Voice, if you don't know about The Voice, the contestants come on and the celebrity judges can't see them. They can only hear them. So they make their decision to put people on their music team based solely on their voice. And many of these singers are not your conventionally attractive pop stars, which I think makes it perfect because it's about the voice. But we have this movie, back to Nobody Knows I'm Here, which I found similar to last week's movie, 1,000 Words, in that we find two characters that have both been or suffer a trauma in their early years. Last week it was our character Jack, his father died or left them, the family first, and then died when he was young. And in this case with Memo, he's been traumatized in that he's been used and exploited by the music industry, by his father. But they respond in different ways. In last week's movie, Jack responded in such a way that he was driven by his pain into excess. He wanted to prove that he could succeed in spite of the trauma, almost as a way to get back as his dad's abandonment, and becomes rich and successful, but not happy and fulfilled. Here we have Memo, who is also driven by his pain, but rather to excess, it's to deprivation and isolation. He withdraws from the world. And like I mentioned, he lives in that fantasy land, and he doesn't believe maybe that he's worthy because he's believed what others have said about him. And also when the young woman in the film, I forget her name, was it Martia? Names escape me right now. But it's clear that she likes him, is attracted to him, and he seems to have trouble accepting this. What this movie and the last movie really reminded me of is the states of consciousness, spiritual consciousness, in which we walk in the world. So, for example, last week in 1,000 Words, our character Jack, he responded from a place of victor consciousness. Okay, there's four types. There's victim, there's victor, there's vessel, and there's verity or truth consciousness. Jack responded kind of from, I think, initially victim, but quickly lived from that victor place. Like, this happened to me, but I'm gonna make sure I control life. Life is now gonna happen and be controlled by me. And he tapped into his inner talents of being a persuasive speaker, and it lets him being a great book agent and riches and success by worldly measures. And now we have Memo, who kind of lived and got stuck in that initially victim consciousness place. This thing happened to him when he was a kid. He didn't have any control over what happened, and and he got into a lot of place of blaming other people, and it would appear in many ways himself for what has transpired as well. Over the course of the movie, we see him kind of step up into that victor consciousness place as well. We see him after the YouTube clip goes out of him singing, being invited to a talk show. We see him interacting with his father, but being a lot more assertive with it and taking control of the choices that he makes. He goes to the talk show and supposed to sit in discussion with the kid who he had injured, who's now a paraplegic, or rather paralyzed from the waist down, and who's saying, I want you to forgive me because I'm going to say I'm forgiving you. And this other guy has made a living off his early success, which up to this point still hadn't really been revealed to the world, that it wasn't him doing the singing. And my favorite scene in the movie is at the point where Memo at this television studio seizes the moment, finds his voice, and starts to sings the song that made both of them in many ways famous. That's the song named after the movie's named after, Nobody Knows I'm Here. And he sings from his heart, and he sings passionately. He finds his voice. He sings out to the world. He lives the dream that's been in his head in that moment in reality. My absolute favorite moment was after he sings. It's like almost a literal mic drop. He walks out the studio, and as we see him walking out, he does a little shuffle as he goes off to the side. Like he knows he's landed it. And the interesting thing about both these movies is that both the characters come to this place of reckoning with themselves, because regardless of whether they're living from the victim consciousness or the victor consciousness, there's still that inner turmoil. There is still no inner peace. There's still a struggle with the world. When we ask, what is our work here to do on this planet? Always, why are we here? That unanswerable question, in essence. I always answer it is that we're here to be God. We're here to unfold the divine that we are. We're here to show up as God. And as you've heard me say countless and countless of times, I'll keep saying it as a reminder, everything that shows up for us is an opportunity for us to show up as the divine. And that means that we've got to not live from victor or victim consciousness. We have to expand, elevate, whatever word we want to use, deepen our consciousness to that place where we are clear that we are the divine. After victim and victor comes what we call vessel consciousness, which is a place I think many of us reside from. It's that place where we say that God is in me. And we believe that we are an expression of God, an instrument of God. And while that is indeed a great step forward, it's not true what we call oneness consciousness. There's still, in me implies still a sense of separation. It's God in me, so there's God and me, but God's in me. Think of it this way. This is a great metaphor that Reverend Paul Hasselbeck, another Unity minister, says. Think of a sound that emanates from an instrument like a piano or a guitar. The sound is an expression of the instrument, but it's not the actual instrument, is it? When the boys in the shed are playing and Brian and Keith strum their guitars, the sound that we hear isn't the guitar. It's the sound that is an expression of the guitar. So when we say we're an expression of the divine, we're still saying that we're something different than the divine. It's very nuanced, but it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference when we live from a place of saying, I'm an expression of the divine, versus what true oneness consciousness is saying, which is, I am the divine. That there is no difference between me and God. God is me and I am God. Think about that for a moment. To walk around saying that I'm an expression of the divine, saying that God is this thing and it's expressing through me. But I think it's profoundly more different to realize that I am the source as well. That I am the divine. Because I exist, I have nothing to prove that I am worthy, that I am not just lovable, but I am love itself. That true fulfillment comes from the realization of this oneness and the ultimate realization that there is nothing outside of ourselves that we need, whether it be external validation, whether it be the love of another, even belonging. And sometimes it's challenging. I'll be the first to admit, because we sometimes have these human cravings that we want to fulfill in order to feel satisfied. As we speak right now, our church building that we met at for many, many years, 58 Macy Street, sits empty. Things have been moved out. There's still a little bit of cleaning to do, which I'll talk to you about later. And for many of us, this is still an emotional time. The building represented for us community. It represented belonging. It represented our spiritual truth. But it is neither of those things. It's not any of those things. We, the people, are the community. We, the people, create the sense of belonging. Our spiritual truth is the principle of oneness, as in each and every one of us is the divine. It feels good to be in community, of course. I'm not advocating that we not be. I miss doing church in person with you all as well. You know, there's a lot of articles I read about ministry at this time, and one of the things that ministers most of all struggle with is on Sunday mornings doing virtual church, speaking to that tiny little pinhole camera in front of them and not a live audience to feel that energy. Singing is not the same coming through a screen as it is when we feel the thump of the instruments and the booming energy of those vibrations coming through the speakers, and we see the sheer synchronicity and joy and energy of the musicians working together. It's not the same. I'll be the first to admit that. And I miss it. And I look forward to the day we do it again. So let us use this time when, for health reasons, it's not safe to do that, to ground ourselves deeper, not in what's not here, but the truth of what has always been here, has never left us and will never leave us. which is that the fullness of all that God is, we are. We don't need to be with other people to feel belonging. We don't need to be with other people to be loved. We don't need to be with other people to be joy and feel joy. We don't need it. It is the essence of who we are. We've been gifted with that time to do this, and we're going to be gifted with another few months of it. Let's be clear about that. So you kind of have a choice. You kind of have a choice for the next few months of this year. And as far as we know, maybe a few months into next year, who knows? You have a choice to be in that victim consciousness place of this has happened to me. This is not fair. To be in that place of blaming others. If this person or that person or these people had did this or done that differently, we wouldn't be here. To transcend all of that. You guys remember when we did the book, 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership, to get ourselves above the line and even further up to that place of true oneness consciousness, which says in the midst of all that is, God is, I am. And that is the source of our joy, of our peace, of our love, of our connection. That is the unchangeable, infinite truth of who we are. Let's remember that. Let us live from that. That is what's going to get us through the next few months. Doesn't matter if we keep doing online services. Doesn't matter if we meet outside and have a service once a month. The truth, the deep spiritual truth of who we are, that is what sustains us. We are divine strength. And we have all that we need within us to transcend these next few months of life looking different than how it usually did, of not having a physical building to meet in, of the uncertainty of what lays ahead of us. We got it. We are it. So ground yourselves in that. That's your truth. That's your power. That's the voice you've been searching for. And it comes from here. To when there's ever moments of doubt, affirm. Divine strength is my spiritual name and nature. And I got all I need. And then some. Namaste. Let's anchor this in some songs. Right? So Brian, time for you to sing? I think so. What's your song? Let your love flow. There we go. I'm back on track. Let your love flow.
We're flowing now. 1, 2, 3. There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. It must be the season when that love light shines all around us. Let that feeling grab you deep inside, send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. Take it. the candle lights must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your face that you can't hold back. Whoa, just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason.
All right, Brian, Keith, awesome job. A few announcements before we wrap up service. As I mentioned in our talk, we still have a little bit of cleaning left now that we've moved out all the furniture and some things that have sat in one spot for years. We got to go clean up some stuff behind there. I do want to thank all those who came out earlier this week to help with the last minute packing and start the cleaning process. You guys did an amazing job. So if you are free today, if you're watching this on Sunday morning and you're free between 1 and 5 in the afternoon, this is what, the 23rd? Yes. Come over to 58 Macy Street. Please wear a mask. We got some cleaning for you to do. Also on September 6th, Sunday, September 6th at 11:30 a.m., we will have a Zoom community meeting. There will not be regular hospitality, Zoom hospitality that day. So we'll have our usual service, give you a little while to, grab a snack or whatever, and then we'll touch base during hospitality. The links to that, they're in the newsletter. We'll be posting them on social media. They'll be on the website. I know often people have trouble figuring out, where do I find things? Always go to our website. Sign up for the newsletter. Sign up for our text alerts. If you don't know how to do that, head over to our website. There's information on that as well. I don't have it here, but I'll get it for you. But sign up for our text alerts because we keep sending out reminders about things that are happening and updates about things. Also, next month, start in spirit groups. Woohoo! Remember those? We had a run with them. People loved them, and we were going to start another one in spring, and well, COVID. But we are going virtual in the fall with a couple of Zoom groups, and the groups will start the week of September 27th. Sign-ups will start the week of September 6th. There will be 4 groups. There's some evening groups, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday evening groups, I think 7 to 9. There's a Thursday afternoon group. Again, all this information on the website, unityontheriver.org/spirit groups. If you go there, you'll see the group listings. There'll be information about what you'll be studying for spirit groups. We're taking a look at that classic Unity text, Discover the Power Within You, but in a very new and engaging way. The sign up for the groups will not be there till September 6th. So be on the lookout. Just want you to be able to mark your calendars moving forward. If you missed the How to Be an Anti-Racist class and study group, my friend Reverend Kelly Isla and I are doing another one that starts September 1st. Go to the classes tab on our webpage. And next week's movie, it's going to be a rom-com. All you rom-com fans out there, I got you covered. It's called Love, Wedding, Repeat. That's the name of the movie. Again, on Netflix, it's called Love, Wedding, Repeat. And then the week after that, the first Sunday in September, I'll be starting a new series called Spiritual Partnership by Gary Zukov. So if you haven't picked up a copy yet, you still got a couple weeks to order a copy and follow along with me. As always, we are very grateful for the donations that you share with us so that we continue to do things like this, put this service on. And if you want to give a donation, head over to unityontheriver.org/donate. Or you can set up an easy text to give from your phone. If you haven't set this up yet, text the word give to 833-702-4337. You just do a one-time setup, and your donations, you can set it up to do Apple Pay or Google Pay or a credit card or whatever. So these are all the ways. People have been asking, where do we mail a check to now that we're moving? Our new office space, it's 14 Cedar Street in Amesbury. And it's Suite 203. Pretty sure about that. But again, the address is on our website. Everything's on our website, so head over there. Hopefully you can, if you're watching this on Sunday morning, you can join us for hospitality at 11 a.m. right after. All the links are on our website. And if you can make it Wednesday, 2 p.m. for midweek meetup and meditation, it's another time to connect. Starting in September, I'll be adding a Wednesday evening meetup time as well. So that's all I got for you today in terms of announcements. Hope to see some of you this afternoon if you're watching on Sunday to help me with some cleanup. I'll be there with a bunch of other folks. So let us wrap up and ground ourselves with that song, Let There Be Peace on Earth.
Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. This be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me.
And let us say together our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us.
The light of God.
I am the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
We are
The
the,
love of God.
The power of God protects us.
we are
The power of God.
The presence of God watches over us.
we are the
The presence of God.
Wherever we are, God
God
is,
is,
and all is
and all is
well.
well.
We are
We
richly
are
blessed.
richly blessed.
Be blessed.
Have a great afternoon.
Bless you all.